And welcome to the first day of Grimlock Week. It's Lexitron here bringing you a review of Generation 1 Grimlock, the one that started it all. What better way to kick off a Grimlock extravaganza than a little discussion about the first Grimlock ever? Yay! So let's just get right into it. What's up with this guy? He is very cartoon accurate. For being a G1 figure, he is extraordinarily accurate to his television counterpart, which is really fantastic, because a lot of the G1 figures, you get the figure and you don't even, you look at this figure and this is Bumblebee? That doesn't look like Bumblebee off of the show. You know, a lot of the toys didn't really look like their cartoon counterparts, but Grimlock really, really does. I would hazard to say that he and maybe Generation 1 Shockwave are really the most accurate to their TV counterpart. But anyway, in robot mode, this is pretty much all you're going to get out of him. He doesn't really have too much articulation. His arms do move around up and down, but his wings kind of get in the way. He doesn't, in robot mode, his arms do not bend at the elbow. They're just straight. He does have, if you lift up his claw here, he does have a little hole in each of his fists to hold weapons. And he did come with some weapons. He came with his Energon sword, his rifle, a rocket launcher, and 3 rockets. Unfortunately, I don't have any of these to show you. I would if I did, but unfortunately all I have is the Grimlock, and I apologize for that, guys. As far as movement and the rest of him goes, his head is just part of the sculpting in here. It's just one piece, so you can't move his head. And as far as his legs go, his legs can move out like this, and there is a little teeny tiny bit of movement there, but this is more for transformation purposes than for posing or anything else. And he does have a knee bend here, but again, that's more for transformation than anything else. So he really doesn't, he can't really pose him. I mean, when he stands here like this, that's pretty much it. So let's transform this guy. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Like every G1 toy. Not complicated. So what you're going to want to do first is flip his claws. Flip his claws up. And then you're just going to pull this part out. And there's his foot. Same exact thing on the other side. Flip out the claws, pull that down, and there's Grimlock's feet for Dino mode. And then you're going to come down here to his legs, and you are going to extend both of his legs out, just like that. And you're going to pull the entire black piece down. This part's going to come down too. So you're just going to push that down, just like that. And same thing on the other side, just push it down so that those are all synced up and lined up together. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to take his chest, and his chest piece just detaches off of here and just pulls and folds, just folds right down and locks into place right there. So you have a very interesting satellite mode for Grimlock at the moment. So I'm just going to leave that alone. You're going to come around to the back, and you're going to take his feet, and you're just going to flip them up here. And he's got this little groove type deal here. It's going to lock in right in there. So you're just going to pop it into place. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Pop it into place. And then the rest of his tail just comes down like this. And you're just going to snap it together. And there's his tail. Bring his legs down over this way. And to complete the transformation, all you're going to do is take the wings and pull them together. Lock them into place. And then just pop his head forward. And lock that into place. And there he is. Grimlock in Dino mode. Generation 1 Grimlock in Dino mode. I much prefer Grimlock in his Dino mode, because for as TV accurate as his robot mode is, I feel like his Dino mode is just much better. It looks a lot cooler. I mean, it's a robotic Tyrannosaurus. What's not cool about that? His legs now do bend at the knees. He does have some movement there now. His little T-Rex arms do have 360 degrees of rotation. His mouth opens, and his head does move up and down a little bit. And he has this piece right here that kind of pops open, and I'm not really sure what the story is on that. If anybody knows why this does this, let me know. I think it's a storage thing, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you know what the deal is with this popping out, let me know. He looks good. He looks really good. Again, not a lot of movement. You know, this is what you get. You can't really pose him. I mean, that's all you're going to really be able to do with him. That being said, I do prefer the Dino mode over the robot mode. I just think it looks a lot better. I guess it's a very, very, very tiny nitpick. In the show, his eyes were blue, and they gave him red eyes on the toy. It doesn't really matter, and honestly, I think the red eyes look better on the toy anyway. But it's just interesting little differences, I guess. So this guy, well, you know, again, very cartoon accurate. I mean, this is pretty much Grimlock. I guess the other thing that kind of bothers me about this guy is that he has this screw right in his nose, right there. And he's got one right there too, and it's only on the one side. He does not have it on the other side. And I'm not 100% sure why those are there, or why they had to put those there. But they're kind of, it looks like he has a weird kind of nostril thing or something, and I don't know, it kind of bugs me a little bit, because the other side, it just looks so clean and nice that they just, I'm not really sure. But anyway, so all in all, do I recommend Generation 1 Grimlock? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. He's the first Grimlock, so, and he is from 1985, so he's not perfect, and he is old. You know, his joints are loose, his stickers are starting to wear, you know, but I would still say that if you are a Transformers collector, you really do need to have this guy. You really do. This guy is essential. This is the iconic Grimlock toy. You know, other than Masterpiece Grimlock, he is the most G1 cartoon accurate Grimlock out there. And if you want to get him, he's definitely available. I mean, you can definitely find him for a good price. I paid about $45 for this one. I didn't get the accessories with him, and he is not in perfect condition, but he still looks pretty dang good. And it's a pretty decent price for a G1 figure. If you want a Grimlock that's in better shape, probably he'll cost about $50 or $60. If you want him in great shape, in perfect shape with all of his accessories, you're probably going to pay about $80 or $90. So it's really about what you want and what kind of a budget you have. But, you know, you can't really pose him too much. You can't do a whole lot with him. He's kind of just there to sit there and be Grimlock. And if you're okay with that, you know, then definitely pick him up. If you want a Grimlock that can, you can pose him and do all kinds of crazy things with him, this is not the Grimlock for you. This is the Grimlock for those who love and appreciate G1 and just appreciate the Transformers in general. This is for somebody who loves the Transformers, I think. But I definitely do recommend him. If you love Transformers and you are a serious collector, then, you know, you gotta have a G1 Grimlock. There's just no way around it. So, that being said, that's about it. So, we will see you later this week for another Grimlock review. Be sure to check out the rest of the Grimlock reviews that we're doing for the week, and join us in our Grimlock extravaganza. And until then, all hail Megatron.